Afternoon, everyone. This is David Rothfeder again for session 4 of the first season of Night Witches. Oh man, have things been getting real here. And actually, this week is very exciting in that we have the original cast back together. So today is going to be Dasha, Ira, Hannah, and Masha all together again for the first time since the first session. I'm really excited for this. So since everyone has been introduced in the previous episodes, let's just get a dive right in to the recap. So does anyone want to get started with what they remember being important from last week?
Well, we started last week with the love letters. So I don't know if we each want to talk about our own, or mine was basically the dog was introduced. It was a dying dog in Humpback that, despite all of Ira's efforts, has become her pet.
That's one of the most interesting consequences of a failed role I've seen.
Yeah, that was fun.
Who is there anything that you'd like to add, Dasha? You're muted. I think it might be muted from the microphone. Let's go ahead and go with Hannah then, while Bethany's working on her microphone.
Well, Hannah got a letter from the NKVD that asked her to find a mole, which didn't surprise her because she thinks there's a lot of moles and questionable characters in the squadron. I also destroyed a plane while trying to land it. Sophia died, who was my navigator on the mission that we actually did something, like had something done. And now she's a ghost that talks to me, currently.
Excellent. Bethany, any luck with the microphone?
I think so. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. It's just a bad USB connection there. Yeah, I think, let's see. Yes. Sophia died, plane destroyed. I was both injured and marked again. Predictably.
Seems to happen a lot.
Got the dog.
There was a lot of romance last time with you and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Ira knows about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
excellent. So I believe that Hannah specifically was planning on not sleeping and preparing for the NKVD to show up, which, basically the squad was forewarned about. Dasha's in the hospital. Ira, what was your plan over the course of the day? Were you going to try to get a good night's sleep or a good day's sleep? Were you trying to get something done?
Yeah, I probably am going to try to get sleep because I did stress myself out arguing with who's my wayfinder? Hold on. Rudina. Me and Rudina argued the whole way to the target. We had a lot of difficulty navigating, so yeah, I'm kind of in need of a night's sleep.
Yeah, I believe Oh no, you were flying, and
I was flying.
Yeah, she was navigating. So yeah, excellent. So actually, I'm going to go to Dasha in the hospital. You obviously need your rest, but at some point in the morning, you are woken up, and there's somebody in the in the hospital. Just it's a male sitting in a chair, staring at you, smoking.
Um, that's odd. I think I'm just gonna just kind of stare back at him for a moment and see what he does. I don't really I don't know what to say, so I don't think I'll say anything.
Yeah. He sees that you open your eyes. Good afternoon, Sergeant.
Good afternoon.
You seem to be spending a lot of time in that bed.
Yeah. Believe me, it's not intentional.
Perhaps it is. Perhaps this is your way of avoiding your duty. Tell me, Sergeant Yegorova, are you a coward?
No. I think you could ask any of my squad mates, and they would tell you that I'm not a coward.
Yes, I have received, and he pulls out the document that God, what's her name? That Olga filled out, requesting that you receive a medal for your heroic actions. Apparently, your betters think quite highly of you.
Oh, that's good. I think quite highly of them too.
So tell me, why did you disrupt the investigation of Junior Lieutenant Rudina?
It wasn't so much a disruption. I didn't force anyone to stop. I made a little joke. That's all.
That is not what my report says. It says that they had to cut their investigation of the dorm short because of a hostile soldier within the bunk.
Whoever, maybe they. No, it was just a little joke. I made a single comment. That's all. It wasn't. I didn't threaten them. I didn't force them to do anything.
Or perhaps
I made a
you
very
just
small
wished,
joke.
or perhaps you wished some more time to hide the evidence.
I wished some more time for my squad mates and I to get some rest because we had to fly again that night.
Oh, so your sleep is more important than state security.
Well, if we don't sleep, we don't perform as well, and that's important to state security too.
Very well. I will be seeing you around. Oh, by the way, you should say hi to your squad mate. She's finally back. And he gets up and leaves.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a little creeped out there.
It's as if that's what the NKVD likes to do.
Yeah. They might, I don't know, you'd think they like to play mind games or something.
Exactly. So Hannah, you are trying to prepare for when the NKVD shows up. Where are you working on this?
Well, the last time I was writing down some quotes from the Marxist-Leninist theory, and when we see us now, I think she's writing like small posters with saying, I don't know, what's it called, like political reading. Every patriot should attend, and we're starting with Hegel.
Where are you getting the paper from?
That is a very good question. I mean, where would I get the paper from? I think she takes the bike to the village and has a look around if there are old posters, maybe.
Okay. Go ahead and make a scrounge roll.
Do we have the link to the dice rolling app?
It should still be in the character keeper, but I can repost that as well.
Taking the purple ones. And this is a 7 plus. Scrounge is plus nothing.
Plus luck.
Plus luck. And my luck is -1. Lucky me. So it's a 6.
Let's see. So yeah, okay. So you're scrounging around the town and looking for parts, and you realize that you're not alone. And I'm gonna say you're going into, let's say, the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're coming in, out comes Sergeant Morova.
Hannah salutes.
She's like, "Oh, you bitch!" And she's doing the jabbing a finger, into you. How dare you endanger their lives? How Dasha is in the fucking hospital again because of you.
Hannah takes a step back, I think, and says, "I am endangering them."
Dasha's been in the hospital twice under your command. The flying might be dangerous, but that is absurd.
Dasha also has a death wish. I don't know if you have realized this.
Oh, that's a total reaching out. I think at least you're revealing a significant new truth.
Could be. Let's see. The way I read. Because you're reaching out to a friend, isn't it? Because one of the things I could choose is remove 1 harm each from you and your friend. What I'm telling her is a what's it called? An unwelcome truth or something. Mm-hmm. I say I'm acting up.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you think it's more of acting up, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be her friend. I'm trying to tell her that she's completely mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I don't know, luck, guts, or medals.
I don't see it being medals.
No. Hooligan or lady?
It sounds more hooligan than lady to me.
Yeah, I would agree. Which is luck again. Oh, lucky me. Oh, wow. That is a 10.
Okay. So you get to choose 2.
So obviously, I want her to realize that she's completely mistaken. So what I want is to leave me alone. And I don't care if it has consequences or not. I'm adding 1 to the mission pool. Maybe moreover is, I don't know, preparing us better or something. I don't know how to justify the mission.
Yeah, it's going to, I think the outside explanation is she's trying to make sure that those planes, that Dasha doesn't have a way to jeopardize herself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she like looks at you in horror, and you can see like tears welling up from her eyes, and she just runs away. And dropping her bag, which was actually full of like wires and wires scavenged from the wiring of the post office. It looks like there was a small motor that she had there. She obviously was scrounging for parts for the planes.
Well, can Hannah find some papers?
The move says that on a miss, it can't be acquired for love or money.
All right, so yeah, she takes the bag and cycles back.
So Masha, what have you been up to these past couple of weeks? You've been hearing about the crazy bad luck that your old Squadron 1A has been having since you left. And honestly, your first mission with them was pretty bad luck as well.
So I've been flying with Section A in the same squadron. The commander of the section's navigator was sick. I don't know, food poisoning or something like that, maybe, although there's other rumors floating around camp. So I was dragooned in to help be her navigator. The first mission was really a bit of a breeze. There's been a new partisan group operating west of Donetsk, and they've been doing the usual harassing of rail lines and cutting down telegraph wires, and we've been kind of harassing the repair crews that are going out to fix all of the damage they're doing. But actually, I think when Masha walks over to this section of the camp, it's obvious that she has been recently in a crash, or at least a hairy wheel down situation. Her boots are, caked in mud. Her uniform is splattered. She reeks of cordite from the firing of a machine gun. So looks a bit worse for wear, I think. So they, her and Lieutenant, I gave her name. Let me get her name. Revmira Osina were shot down by an armored train as they were shooting holes in the water tanks that help keep the trains running. So yes, excitement.
Yeah. Sounds that way. So yeah, you're told that you're being reassigned back to 1A, and that they realize that you were not the toxic element to that squadron. So they're hoping that you can help calm things down again. Of course, they're not giving you any additional time to move, so you're just losing sleep to do it.
Yeah. So I'll carry. Will I carry the? I know at the end of the first session I was carrying 1 harm. I'll just carry that over.
Yeah, I was basically saying, hey, the healing you do and the additional harm you're getting from your missions are just going to balance out.
Sure. Yeah. So I think I remember. So do you think I know how bad the section is, or oblivious?
Yeah, you're still at the same camp, so
Okay.
you might not have been in the thick of it. So a lot of it is rumor, but you know things are bad. You know that Sophia just died. You know that every mission they've been on has been marred by some disaster or another.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I was initially thinking of trying to fulfill the debt I have to our trusty technical sergeant. I think I owe her one, but instead I'm going to go visit the infirmary, visit with Dasha, and maybe see if I can see Sophia's body. I'm not sure what the deal is with that.
Okay, yeah, you could totally visit the infirmary. Let's do that, and then we'll say it's going to be late afternoon after that, or around the time that people wake up.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I head in, and if I'm not going to disturb anyone who's sleeping, because yeah, I know how much they need their rest. So I'm going to poke my head around a curtain or whatever it is, and see if anyone is awake. And if not, maybe just visit the Sophia's body.
Dasha, are you awake?
Yeah. This is probably a dumb question given the previous role, but could I have found like a scrap of paper and a pen anywhere?
A scrap of paper, sure. I was making it a scrounge roll because Hannah was looking for posters.
Okay, yeah.
Something large and visible, and it sounds like more than one, but a scrap of paper, sure.
Yeah, so I'm like starting like on the backs of, some sort of form, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm just like sitting there writing something and occasionally stopping and crossing out, something I just wrote in that way where you like scribble over something so it's completely unreadable,
Mm-hmm.
and then like starting again, and then I notice Masha. Like, oh, Masha, I haven't seen you in a while. How's it been going with Section A?
Yeah, they're okay, I guess. They have their moments. Briefings are very different. I'm telling you that. It's like a youth camp over there. Everyone gets their input. Everyone's opinion is valued. Not like
Nothing
our
like ours.
stuff. Yeah, as you can tell, I've been through this shit as well.
God, yeah. What happened? Did you? I haven't heard much about your section.
We've been doing
what happened
a
to you?
lot of missions way to the west, on the rail lines, interdiction, and all that kind of stuff. So kind of different, but it'd have to be me to be caught unawares by a steam train.
Wow. Okay. That I get a hard time for getting hurt in stupid ways, but they should talk to you more.
Yeah, I'm completely blameless because I was out. We scrounged a machine gun to shoot the water tanks, and like I couldn't hear or see anything with all the cordite steaming out of the barrel, and then all of a sudden the pilot lieutenant just swings us around, and we're being caught in flak from this armored train that just comes up the line from Donetsk. So yeah, a bit of excitement.
Did you get any bombs off on the train?
Maybe. I don't know. Those like water tanks that are just sitting there are easy to hit when you're
Yeah.
flying along at 80 knots or whatever, but trains, not so much when they're firing
Right.
back.
I think that train goes faster than we do.
Yeah, probably. So I don't know. That's the first time that really hit me, like how insane things are that we're up in these paper airplanes,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and everyone else is flying around in these modern war machines, and we're in these crop dusters. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. Are we going to survive this? Like the month? Never mind the war.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought, I don't know, until a few days ago, I thought I didn't care. And then, I don't know, a lot of things happened, but, and Sophia died. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to think of surviving this war, right? And getting to go, I don't know, maybe, do you want to go home? Sure.
We're obliged to love Siberia, but it's
Right. Yeah.
but
Yes.
yes, I want to go home.
Yeah. I don't think I want to go home, but I want to go somewhere.
Berlin. I want to go to Berlin and bomb the shit out of those people.
Yeah, you know what? I want us to take over Berlin, and then we can go to Berlin.
Yeah, let's see if we can get through this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like you guys might be reaching out.
Yeah, I think so. That's fair.
I'll let you both roll
or?
it if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
I take the red dice, and you can take the purple dice, I guess.
Sure. Let me move this around. There we go. Purple dice. Oops. I don't know what I just did there. I don't know if I just rolled those or not. Didn't see what they were before. Come on.
Can we both be using the? It doesn't look like we can both use it at the same time. Every time I select.
Oh, maybe go ahead. Yeah.
I'm not sure. No, it's not doing anything for me.
One rolled, and I can't roll the other one. Okay. And then I double click it, and it's still a 6.
Who is going to be the red?
I was going to do the red.
Okay, there's your roll.
Okay.
And
okay, let's see. I keep double clicking on this 6, and I'd like to think that I just keep rolling 6s, but
there you go.
Okay, yeah, 7 now total.
Okay, I'm a washout. I'm not good at this. Reaching out.
Okay, so we have a hit from Masha, or a 7 through 9 hit, and we have a miss on a miss on on Masha and a hit on Dasha. Yeah, I know.
We're gonna keep teaming up as long as we can mess with your head, David.
So let's start with Dasha. On a 7 to 9, you get to choose one.
Let me look at the handout here. Reach out. I'll add 1 to the mission pool.
Add 1 to the mission pool. So you're still going to be at 3 harm, which means you're grounded. The plus side, the plus side is if if you're grounded and you wait a while, when you come back back at full health.
Didn't my bedside manner?
Given the conversation we just had, I think that makes sense.
Oh, you're right. You are at 2 harm.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, if you remove harm from either, you'll be at 1 harm, and you could probably get onto the mission then.
Oh, and Masha will be at 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, let's do that instead.
Awesome. So I'll let you guys go ahead and update that. But Masha, on a miss, your efforts are ineffective, misunderstood, or understood all too clearly.
So does that, I mean, I wonder, does that kind of dent the, because am I right in remembering that Dasha has regard for Masha?
So it's not going to get rid of your regard. It's going to, it's going to be all fictional effect.
Yeah. So maybe it just changes the tone or the tenor of that regard. This is kind of maybe a chink in Masha's devil may care attitude, which she has had till now. This is probably the first time she's shown kind of fear.
I think that actually, yeah, I think we both now know more about each other, and what we know is that we're both afraid. When we've both been the people who've been kind of like shaking that off the whole time.
Yeah. So maybe this is coming off to Dasha as, oh, I have to protect Masha, and I have to kind of baby her and protect her from all the scary things that had happened during the war. That'd be an example of it being understood all too clearly.
That works.
Do you like that, Donna?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, awesome. Well, it is getting to be about that late afternoon time. Hannah, you're heading back to the village, or you're heading back to the base right now, is my guess, after, trying to look for those, for something that could work as posters. And this is the time that Ira is waking up. So, Ira, what are you doing as you wake up?
If there's anything, all our planes that are still in one piece are in decent condition, I think, right?
Yeah, the only one that was damaged was completely wrecked.
Okay. I mean, I think Iris still wants a chance to talk to Dasha about what she's seen. So I can't think of anything else.
There's also going to be the, it's not really a funeral, but the memorial in a little bit.
I don't know if there's anything. I don't know that there's anything she needs to do to prepare for that.
I mean, maybe you could scrounge the wrecked plane for spare parts.
I mean, there's also in the Night Witch handouts, on page 5, there is a list of basically what people do during various times. So you could take a look at the daylight and kind of see what sorts of things would normally happen then. Tell you what, though, if you need a minute to think, we can go to Hannah.
Yeah, I mean, other than trying to get a chance to talk to Dasha, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing particular sticks
Okay.
out.
So then let's go to Hannah, because they give Bethany a chance to relax a little bit. So Hannah, you're coming back into the base, and you're noticing you notice people gathering for the memorial. Do you head over there?
Yes.
So yeah, it's kind of reserved. It doesn't sound like a lot of people knew Sophia that well. A couple of the women from other sections, apparently she was kind of buddies with, but a lot of the air women are there to pay their respects, because it's not about their relationship with Sophia. It's one of their one of their comrades has fallen.
Yeah, she is it like an open grave?
The body's not here. This is more of a gathering of the air women to as like, this is their only chance to really grieve what happened. But they don't have access to the body. They're not they're not able to dig a grave. This is more of it's probably more of a wake, but not quite so formal, and definitely not that long.
Yeah, Hannah stands in the background and observes people, watches.
Yeah. No, that sounds like an eyeball. You're sizing up the situation.
Let's see. Which is obviously skill. My skill is 1. That is snake eyes. I have a 3.
Yes. Everyone is glancing and glaring at you. Just those hidden vile looks of, they all like glance over and they're blaming you for this. They're not saying anything, but the way they look at you, they all believe this is your fault.
So, are they standing in a circle, or what's the layout?
Yeah, so they kind of laid out a couple of Sophia's personal effects, lit some candles. People are kind of going up to the table and saying nice words, telling a story of Sophia. Only like 2 or 3 of the women actually have like really detailed stories. Most of them are like, hey, yeah, there was this one time that we were working on the planes, and I tightened this bolt like way too tight, and oil spilled all over me, and Sophia was there with a towel right away. Kind of like this general vague stuff that they're attributing more meaning to than actually meant to them at the time. But obviously they want to say kind things about the deceased. There are like 2 people who are pretty broken up about it.
Yeah, so then Hannah steps forward and looks them into the face, one after the other, and says, "I know Sophia. She was scared. She was very scared. And when we were shut down, she helped me survive. I picked her because she was weak. But when the shit hit the fan, she showed her true nature, which is courage. Everything I hear from you is just petty, stupid things." And she leaves.
Oh, I think that's acting up, and I think that's acting like a lady. Because you're bucking the military tradition of saying nice things, and doing those pleasantries. No, you're telling it like, no, this is what was important about her. So I think you can go ahead and act up right now.
Scots, which is 0, I think. Is this an 8? Yes. So, what I want them to do is to regard me with a little bit respect, and to see that I'm not responsible for her death. And I will add 1 to the mission pool, because I think, I don't know, maybe that speech somehow, I don't know, I got some self-respect back, probably.
Mm-hmm. You said it was an 8?
Oh, I just picked 1 then.
Yeah.
It was an 8. So I want them to respect me a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, they're like, they definitely went all quiet. In fact, it is dead quiet. Well, except for that voice saying, "But when the shit hit the fan, did you save me?"
And when Hannah leaves, people from the outside would see that she hesitates, like while walking out, and then leaves.
So Ira, you were saying that you were maybe thinking of seeing Dasha or Morova. I'll let you have whichever scene you would prefer.
Oh, well, I know what Ira would prefer. What do I prefer?
Morova definitely has things she would want to talk to you about.
Yeah, I'll just go with my last thought. Dasha's in the infirmary, and there's the nurses and whatnot around, so I can't. She's not available, so I don't know Morova as well, but I'll go talk to her.
Yeah. So you're kind of walking back towards the camp from the infirmary, and you hear a bit of crying, and kind of up, on the backside of one of the storage buildings. Building. It's more of a hastily constructed shack. But there's Morova sniffling and crying.
Yeah, I'll walk over.
Ira, go. I don't want anyone to see me like this.
You should get better at not being seen.
Well,
no one shouldn't be seen.
No one fucking comes around this way. I'm sorry. Is Dasha okay?
These wounds won't get her killed.
But what about the next ones? Is she trying to hurt herself?
You mean up in the plane or down here with you?
Both, I guess.
She should be more careful. That's in both places.
I knew it was true. I didn't want to accept it. Can you... I want you to start flying with her. I want you to start making sure she doesn't do anything stupid.
Hannah is in charge of that.
Fuck Hannah. She's a total bitch.
Dasha should be flying. She's the best pilot out of any of us.
Just, please, keep her alive. Keep her safe. Can't lose another. And she just cuts herself off after another.
I'll do what I can up there to keep her safe, but
I think you're the only one who would even try. Hannah doesn't give a shit. She just cares about her own goddamn career or whatever the fuck.
maybe. I don't understand Hannah. I don't know.
Just do what you can. Convince Hannah to make sure that you and Dasha are in the same plane from now on.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
I'm going to cut that scene there and go to Masha. Masha, what are you doing in this late afternoon?
Yeah, maybe I think I'm gonna get that. See if I can scrounge up that bottle of vodka from Morova. Out of character, she probably needs it.
So yeah, if you want to do a quick scrounge, see if you can find something.
Yeah, I think maybe a visit to one of the still occupied farmhouses in the Dasha area is to be undertaken. Someone will have some rotgut or some moonshine.
Yeah, that would
somewhere.
be really tight because we know that it's a 30-minute bike ride each direction. So if you get really lucky, you can make it there and back and maybe be a couple of minutes late to the briefing.
Okay, I'm gonna push my luck. Okay, so that is I rolled an 8 plus my luck is 2, so that's a 10.
Nice. So on a hit, you get what you need, and you add 1 to the mission pool.
Yeah,
you're feeling lucky tonight.
So I'm not sure what am I so lucky that I get some actual proper vodka, or is it a quart of moonshine?
So you had the bright idea of going to the mayor's house, which obviously is one of the first places people will scrounge for booze. But you're not thinking of getting the mayor's booze. You're thinking of getting the mayor's wife's booze. And you're like,
Okay.
no, this is totally where the mayor's wife would hide a bottle for herself. So this is nice stuff, and it's mostly full. It's like 3/4 to 80%.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna cycle back and kind of on the way to the briefing, stop by in the mechanic shed and holler for Morova to come out from under the plane, and I know you've been working overtime to get all of our planes back in the air. I owe you this for hooking me up with those bottle bases to get our flashlights working right.
Yeah, her eyes are all red, and she's like, "Oh, just put it on the counter. I've got too much to do to get you guys up in the air tonight."
One finger is all you need, right? Come on, I
Jeez.
want to make sure it's good stuff. It looks like good stuff.
Her voice sounds hoarse. She just kind of looks at you, and normally she would yell, "Get the fuck out of here!" But she just kind of looks kind of piteous and tired.
Hey, when we come back tonight, we can polish the thing off, right?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, I'll like put the bottle on top of the table next to the plane, and kind of shrug my shoulders. I don't know what the story is. No one's told me anything. And I'll wonder and walk out to the briefing tent.
So, Hannah, you as always are called into the tent early. By Petrova. But you notice that it's not the normal Petrova and sometimes another officer. No, there's someone else sitting on your side of the table. You don't know why this runt is here. She, until you sit down and you really look at her face, it's a Rudina. But not the Rudina you knew. She looks, her eyes look more hollow. She actually has a black eye. Her hair has been not completely shaved off, but cut extremely short. And her nose, which was always so perfect, now is crooked.
How does she look at me?
Scared. Like very squirrely, like jumping at every surprise.
Nod to her and sit down.
Good evening. I know things have been crazy, and we will be spending a little bit of time over the briefing talking about Sergeant Lavrova. But in the meantime, down to business. We have, as you can tell, we have Junior Lieutenant Arudina back with us. You'll actually see a couple of familiar faces back in your squadron as well, Hannah. So be prepared. Tonight, though, tonight we need this mission to go smoothly. You're going to be bombing a German marshalling yard. So this is basically where they're prepping their troops for combat. However, this is by their rail lines, and they're going to have. We're suspecting that they're going to have rail-mounted anti-air cannons. They were spotted. They were spotted yesterday, coming in from the east. So we believe that those rail cars are going to be fortifying this marshaling yard. We need you to get in there, disrupt the base, do whatever damage you can, and get out alive. That means we don't want to see any casualties. We don't want to see any damaged planes. Can you make that happen?
I think Hannah laughs. So there's anti-aircraft, there are enemy planes, we are bombing the heart of the lion's den. We can do all these things. I cannot promise you that we get alive and that all the planes will be intact. Pick one.
At this point, what you need to do is prove that you can protect your squad.
I will do my best as always.
Look, I'm trying not to be catty here, but we've got Major Usalov of state security up our asses because of this squadron, because of what happens every time you say you'll try your best. Now, if you want them off your backs, you've got to show that you can do a mission without getting anyone hurt.
Frankly, Senior Lieutenant, I am more concerned about the well-being of my women than I am about the NKVD. Let me deal with them.
Look, I'm trying to tell you the best way to deal with them. If you don't want to listen, then yes, you can deal with them yourself.
I'm not a wizard. We have shitty planes, and we are flying into the heart of darkness. What do you want me to say? I cannot promise anything. Hopefully, some of us will get alive. Maybe all of us. But to assume that there's no scratch on the planes is ridiculous.
This is what is being demanded of us. If that is too much, then perhaps you should consider going home.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to fly these planes.
Good. Then call your team in. So, hey, it's a happy reunion. Dasha's even out of the hospital. We have Masha. Oh my God, Arudina is back. And unfortunately, given Sophia's death, you still are working with Sergeant Rudina, the new girl, who's been quiet, but has been unobtrusive. Petrova says some nice words about Sophia and how. And basically how Sophia, it didn't matter what was asked of Sophia, she would find a way of doing it. And she actually opens up the briefing for anyone else to say any kind word, anything they wish to about Sergeant Larova. Hannah, in your ear you hear, so you can speak well of me to the women you hate, but not to the women you protect. Are you just going to fail them too?
So Hannah whispers as softly as possible.
Okay, well, let's assign those planes.
Can can Masha maybe use that awkward silence as Hannah was obviously expected to speak, to say something?
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. She was opening up the briefing to
Yeah.
Olga was opening up to anyone who wanted to speak for Sophia.
I wasn't on the mission, which claimed Sophia's life, but as far as I can make out, she stuck to her post, and she never gave up until she landed the plane. And now she's holding on to Mother Russia. And that's, I think, what she would want of us all. And Masha just sits down. She's like totally unembarrassed by this display of patriotic emotion.
So Hannah is about to assign the planes. Is Dasha or Ira going to speak up?
I Lieutenant Arudina is there, right?
Yeah, but she looks like she looks like 6 pieces of crap wrapped in a 5-pound package.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
think
analogy
of,
means.
yeah. I think that all I'm thinking of that I would like to say here is I'm sorry, and I obviously can't say that. So I'm just gonna like stare straight ahead and again say nothing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about so many names. Sophia. But if there's a gap and a chance to get a word in before assignments are made.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now is
I don't know how I would phrase it, but let me think. I think I just look at Hannah and I'm like, well, I know you don't like my navigating, so hopefully I will be flying the Damaya this mission.
Yeah. I like that you assess your talents honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm just giving you a very dirty look, but not saying anything.
so. You're not going to say anything about the trying to make the request of Morova happen.
To fly together? No, because I don't think that necessarily will actually. Vedamaya is the thing that lets me potentially step in and protect.
Mm-hmm. So, Hannah, who are you going to assign where? Remember that we do not have our old reliable aircraft.
Yeah, that sucks. So, just for shits and giggles, Hannah will take the cursed plane, 281.
That's the one that kills navigators, right?
And she obviously picks Dasha as the navigator.
Oh God, you're so mean to Dasha.
Well, she could ask me how I can't read minds. And then, I mean, Ira and the humpback is just, a match made in heaven, I guess. And that leaves.
Is Ira going to pilot or navigate?
Pilot. And then Masha gets 2, 5, 6
As pilot or navigator?
as a pilot. And then let's see. Masha gets the new girl. What's her name? Rudina. And then Valentina is also flying, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So she is.
She would navigate for Ira then.
Exactly.
You got the impression that you are supposed to share the responsibility of assigning planes, but Valentina is not speaking up at all.
And she doesn't react when she gets the post of a navigator instead of a pilot, what she actually would deserve.
No, she is. She maybe gives a little squeak, but then doesn't say anything.
Good.
So who is leading the attack run?
I mean, I want the attack run to succeed. Who do I think is the best pilot, though? Is it Masha, maybe?
Oh, Dasha is totally the best pilot that you have.
But Dasha is the best pilot.
Oh, you have never let her fly. But she is absolutely the best pilot that you've got, and you know that.
Well, sucks to be her then.
She's also the best. Well, she has the best. She has a special navigator move, so she's like the best at everything. Apparently,
she's at home in the sky.
I have that special navigating move that allows me to be marked or harmed in order to make a flawless navigating.
Yeah, you can also land a plane just about anywhere.
I mean, my idea is that the lazy plane will do the bombing the best because it's the slowest. I think that is what we established, narratively. So that would mean Masha is leading the bombing run.
Okay, and then who's going to wayfind?
I'm definitely harumphing when you're making that kind of section assessment. You want this to succeed, right?
Last time I checked, this is not a discussion. This is an assignment.
Suka.
Ira is doing the navigating, which means he can't be.
Even though Ira asked to be wingman or wingwoman.
Did she though? That was out of character.
I did. No, that was in character.
No, that was in character.
Okay.
Because remember last time she blew a bunch of the mission pool in the navigation portion.
No. She's not. Screw that. I'm wayfinding. Hannah's wayfinding.
Hannah's wayfinding. And Dasha is Videma again. Okay. So it sounds like the whole squad is grumbling about your assignments this time around.
Yeah, that keeps everyone on their toes. I love it.
So yeah, Ira, when you're getting into humpback, and you watched Dasha getting into the cursed plane, Morova's right there, and she has the biggest scowl on her face. She looks over at Dasha, not just Dasha not riding with you, but Dasha in the fucking cursed plane.
And I like wave at her, completely oblivious. I have no idea that all these conversations have gone on.
Yes. So, and you guys start flying. There are no special rules for this mission, so let's just start with the Wayfinder roll.
Let's see. Wayfinding is lost skill. Oh, that's actually relatively good. Take the purple ones. Ooh, that is a 7. Barely made it.
Do you want to spend 3 mission pool to make it a 10?
Last time we did that, that didn't go so well. No, I'm happy with the 7.
Okay, what consequence are you going to choose?
Oh, hold on. How many points do we have in the mission pool?
It
A lot. I got
looks
2.
like 6.
6.
And you said you rolled a 7, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be 3 to turn it into a 10.
I'm going to need all of those for my attack run, I warn you.
You find it in line up with approach. Yeah, fuck it. It also makes me look good. I burned the 3.
All right.
Textbook approach.
No consequences. So now it's time for the attack run.
So this is plus skill, right?
Plus guts.
Oh, plus guts? That's merely 0. I'm not so bad at that as I thought. That's a 5 total. So I guess I'm going to burn 2 mission pool to get up to a 7.
Leaving 1 in the mission pool. So on a 7 to 9, you choose 2 consequences.
Me and my fellow airwoman are marked.
So many marks.
And okay, I'm gonna trigger enemy fire because we've already established that this place is a hive of enemy flak, so that fits. I'm gonna push my luck.
Okay, so you are taking the enemy fire move, and it
Yep.
sounds like it's just for you, unless one of the wing women want to take on the consequences themselves.
So do they? This is just as a mechanic. Do they choose that before or after I roll, or
either?
Okay.
They can either trigger it to take the consequence of flying through enemy flak, which means they take the enemy fire, or they can do it for the consequence of enemy fire based on the roll.
Okay. I think I'm the luckiest, so I'm probably better. I mean, I've done the attack run. It's successful. It's just maybe getting out. I am.
Yeah, if no one is going to take the consequences, then
Is this a decision that a navigator can make?
Yeah, anyone with the Videma roll can take it.
Yeah, I would let you roll, and then maybe if there's multiple consequences, like I could take one to lessen it or something. That's what I'm thinking right now.
And this is you've which two did you choose? Because I was just thinking we can
I've
take
chosen
the planes damaged and
It's the
Or-
pilot
no.
and navigator are marked, which is going to be Masha and Rudina are going to be marked.
Yeah, and then I'm choosing the enemy fire because I guess then I've got the opportunity to avoid damaging the plane. Whereas if I just pick damage the plane,
And I get to
Yeah.
choose which plane gets damaged, too.
yeah, so you can shoot down someone else, right? So whereas on the enemy fire, it's my choice what happens and who gets the damage and all that kind of stuff, I think.
Okay, so go ahead and roll plus luck on enemy fire.
Okay. Ooh, an 8, so that's plus 2, 10.
On 10, the describe how you bob and weave through this enemy fire.
So I'm as I kind of pull out of the attack run, I notice I kind of hear the cranking of that flak gun turning to bear on us, and I hear it start to open up to try to take us in a strafing, and I know that it's not going to arm until way higher than we can be, and so instead of continuing my climb into the fire, I just kind of swoop down below it, and I'm swooping so low that they can't depress the guns quick enough to follow us. And we kind of glide, not quite glide, we're still powered, but we're going at 80 knots, 85 knots, whatever the top speed of this lazy plane is.
Oh, it is such a lazy plane.
Yeah, and then I guess we just pull out when we're out of immediate visual range.
Okay, there is still one mission pool that will go to waste unless it's used. Does anyone want to tempt fate to do anything outside of the normal mission parameters?
That's crazy talk, man.
But it's use it or lose it.
Let's just go home.
Yeah, that has not gone well for you guys in the past. Wow. So you do this run like a dozen times tonight, and every time it's just clockwork. Masha has figured out how to basically how to completely avoid the cannon fire. It makes it harder to bomb, but you guys are just on it. You're dropping it. You're dropping bombs on the tents. You're actually like getting them like into the doorways, collapsing walls. You're not destroying this office, but holy fuck, dude, are they going to have a lot of work to bring it back up to working order. As a free thing, does anyone want to drop any little extra fuck yous? Anything to mess with the Nazis' minds? This is not going to be a tempt fate. This is like really easy to just, drop a little souvenir for those assholes.
I mean, after the last turnaround, I think Dasha hears Hannah just laughing uncontrollably, and showing the thumbs up to all the other planes. But she's not. This was too perfect to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that could lessen the effect is not on her mind. This is what the brass asked us. This is what we delivered.
Yeah, it was completely smooth this time. So you guys get back to base. And actually, Hannah, actually, both Hannah and Ira have people waiting for them outside their planes when they land. Let's start with Hannah. Hannah has a gentleman right outside her plane. Very by his uniform, you can tell he's a major, and he's sitting there waiting, smoking a cigarette.
And that is in the barracks?
No, this is on the runway.
Oh. I mean, it's a major. I have to salute.
Junior Lieutenant Rutman, would you please come with me?
Yes, Major.
And he goes and walks to one of the offices. Congratulations on your mission tonight. It seems like there have been no casualties. Was the target was the mission a success?
It was the usual success.
From the reports, usual for your unit means something very different. I must say, this has been an interesting unit from the readings that I've done. And let me say, I've been reading quite extensively. Like this little gem. He pulls out, this is your handwritten paper from your first year at university. And he dug up that paper. Now, obviously there have been concerns about wasted resources in your unit. I find that either someone in your position is either a very dedicated spy or the victim of somebody else's sabotage. Now tell me, who has been causing the poor luck outside of this last mission that you have been experiencing?
So, Hannah says, the question is not who, the question is what. I don't know, sir, if you have looked around the aerodrome. We are not equipped with the best that the Soviet Republic can give us. We have been given the worst. We are not complaining. I'm not complaining. We are doing our duty for the revolution, but we're doing the best that we can.
How disappointing. The same thing I hear over and over again. No, the difficulty you've been having is the result of a mole. Now, we want that evidence. And of course, I wouldn't be in my job if I didn't already know who was responsible. I just want the proof.
Do I think that he is saying the truth? Or is that just a mind game?
You can eyeball him.
Definitely. What can go wrong? Although it's skill. That is 7.
So you get to ask one of those questions.
What does he want?
He wants you to take down people at this base that he does not like.
So the whole, I assume that the whole, there is definitely a mole is bullshit. Because he someone.
One is he probably wouldn't like a mole, but there's definitely people that he specifically wants a reason to take down.
What is his name?
This is Major Usilov of State Security.
Oh, Masha, you got a problem.
Yes, it's a surprise that, some of your previous actions are coming back to bite you.
Yeah. And Major Usilov is not from the NKVD.
Since his title is of State Security, that means that he's from the NKVD.
He is. Yeah,
I thought they were just flyers, but no, I missed the blue tabs.
Maybe he transferred. Maybe he was, specifically hiding it. I don't know. These guys are tricky bastards.
So the letter that I got that asked for the mole, was that signed by Usilov?
If it wasn't Usilov, it was someone within his office. I'm going to say no, it wasn't Usilov, but if you put together the person's regiment they're in versus Usilov's, you'd be like, oh, yep, within his chain of command.
If there were a mole, she says, I would have found him.
But you didn't have all the information. You are a little girl who is just joining this war. You don't have the experience.
I am well educated, and I have skills and talents. Don't underestimate me, Major.
Oh, you are acting up.
I am.
I'm gonna let you choose which type of acting up you think is most appropriate here.
I mean, I was referring to my academic background. I don't know. What do you think?
I'll open it up to the other players. This has to be an acting up because you are going very much against someone who has a lot of power over you.
Is that ladylike or hooligan-like?
Or
I would say natural-born airwoman, to be honest.
Oh,
I think so. You're going on your I'm patriotic. I know my people. Yeah, I would go with that.
Airwoman, then it is.
You need to start scrounging for medals.
Just saying, I should have gotten a medal, but hey, it's +0.
It will come up the next time you guys advance.
I know. I'm just kidding. This is a 4. This is not going well.
So, if State Security says you are a stupid little girl, then you are a stupid little girl. What you don't want is to be on our list of traitors. This is the portion of the list that you need to concern yourself with. Find me my evidence, or there will be another name on that list. And if you have any questions of what happens when someone's on my list, you can always talk to your little comrade, Valentina. She has become well acquainted with our hospitality.
Anna takes the letter.
It's really just a scrap of paper. It has Dasha's name, Masha's name, Olga's name, and also the chief of staff's name.
It's weird that Ira's name's missing. Out of character, obviously.
Ira hasn't done anything to piss off the NKVD.
She has a filthy dog following her. That can't be right.
She hasn't done anything to piss off the NKVD.
Yeah, if if you need anything else, Major, I'd be in my bed. I have been up all night bombing Nazis. I don't know what you have done.
So Ira, waiting from you, was going to be your dog. Except there's something scarier than your dog, and that's Morova. I thought I could trust you.
She's back. She's safe. At least.
She flew in the goddamn cursed plane with Hannah.
You said yourself, Hannah is looking out for herself. She's in charge of these missions. She's probably safer in her plane than mine.
Look, you got lucky this time. But what about next time? At some point, Hannah's going to start getting people killed again. Dasha, as you're getting out of the plane, you see that Morova went right up to Ira and is very obviously arguing with her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and see if I can diffuse that situation a little. I don't know what they're talking about, but
So Morova's like pushing you, Ira. You were supposed to protect her.
Hey, Ira hasn't done anything. What's
She's. I don't want you flying with Hannah anymore.
I don't want to fly with Hannah. She always makes me the navigator.
She's going to get you killed.
Hannah's.
She's not going. She's going to let you, and then she cuts herself off.
No, Hannah's not. I mean, I think she's had bad luck, but she doesn't do crazy things.
Twice flying with her, you've ended up in the infirmary.
Well, one of those times was my own fault, and the other time it was just dumb luck. Hannah didn't do anything.
Hannah's not going to stop you from hurting yourself. I thought Ira would, but apparently I can't trust her either.
I'm not. Wait. What? I'm. Look,
You guys notice that the whole squadron's looking at this argument.
I think I say, I'm doing what I can up there to keep Dasha safe. But you both need to be more careful down here. You're the one putting her in danger down here. And Dasha, we should go. And I'd try to get you to come with me.
I'm not trying to hurt anyone, myself or Nazis. I'm trying to hurt Nazis. That's really all I'm trying to hurt. And then I take the hint and go.
So yeah, you guys are called into the briefing. You notice that Hannah is not there for this. Well, Olga's there is like, well, I am honestly relieved to hear that there has not been any incidents. Apparently, Hannah's presence has been requested elsewhere, so Valentina, if you would like to go ahead and present the damage that you've done so that we can keep the record and plan for future missions. And Valentina is looking like turns like stone white and is like shaking her head like this is the worst thing in the world.
I'll say, Captain, perhaps the lieutenant would prefer if I made the representation of the damage made as I was leading the attack run.
Very well.
So yeah, I guess I stand over the map and describe our approach as skillfully enacted by Hannah, taking a slightly longer route than the straight line that was originally plotted to bring us in under the into the shadow of the gun ranges, which was quite skillful. And then I'm pointing at the exact places where we made our bombings, and then the exfiltration route.
Clever move on the navigation, not by the book, but we can. This is how we'll write it in the reports, and she's changing the wording. It's not dishonest, but it's not, obviously it's some borderline lies to make it so that you're not to make it look like you're not breaking the rules in the mission. That to make it you didn't disregard orders or flight plans. You reacted to the situation, and little things like that she's doing to rewrite your official reports to she says it will be better. And then she dismisses you all.
Quick question, David. On that mark I took, I'm looking at I'm thinking of being greedy and advancing and growing. But when what is this? Is it right that the added responsibility is an increase in rank and +1 stat, or is it one or the other?
The advancements, you choose one of the advancements on your playbook. So it's a harsh lesson to gain a new move, deepening ties to gain a regard, personal growth to increase a stat, or honor and pride to get a new medal, or added responsibility to increase in rank. They're all, it's always just one of those.
Yeah, I think one of on the Excel sheets or the spreadsheets, there's what is it? Added responsibility shows both increase in rank and +1 to a stat. So I'm not sure there's something going on there.
I can double check the book, but I didn't recall that being a thing. Yes, that is a good point. We do need to figure out your marks. Well, I know what the other mark is going to be.
So I'm thinking in terms of like being put into a situation that she didn't want to be in and having to lead the attack run, extra guts is kind of her response to that.
Okay. Let's see. Added responsibility. You get promoted. Nope. It's added responsibility is just the increase in rank.
Okay. But I guess the personal growth one is just missing then off the spreadsheet.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. It was a mistake on whoever created the spreadsheet, which Honestly, it's the first one I've caught.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm just going to add that to guts. So.
Okay. Well, this is about the time where you guys can do little bits of things before going to bed, or not go to bed if that is your preference. But let's, what are does anyone have something that they immediately want to do after the debrief, the encounters?
I know there's a bottle of vodka with my name on it over at Morova. So I don't know whether that gives us a chance to have an awkward conversation there.
Yeah, you totally saw Morova blowing up in the middle of the airstrip.
So,
oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm just wondering. I noticed that, and obviously Morova was a bit odd earlier, so maybe I'm going to go to Dasha or Ira, whoever looked like they were the. I guess it must have been pretty obvious that it was initially with Dasha, so I'm going to go to her and see what's going on with Morova. But if anyone else has another idea, we can put that on the back burner. I don't know what you think.
I think I have bolted out of this meeting as soon as possible, because I think there is one thing I'm a coward about, and that's facing consequences that fall on other people.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to talk to Valentina.
So maybe Masha catches up with you if you're trying to get some food or something like that in the mess tent.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And it's like, what the hell is up with Morova? Before the mission, I gave her a good bottle of vodka, and she was not happy. And then she's and then she comes over to you when you land, and I don't know what's wrong with her. I mean, I know she's grumpy at the best of times, but
sorry, my internet just stuttered. I missed most of that.
Oh, sorry. So I'm just wondering. She's just wondering what the hell is going on with her. Talked to her before the mission and was grumpy as hell, even more than usual. Masha is just blundering into this, wondering what the hell is up with Morova.
I'm not sure. The last mission, it went really bad, and
did she have a thing with Sophia?
No, I don't think so. No, I need to talk to her, and I think the NKVD is making her nervous, and I don't know. They might have been talking to her. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they blame her work on the plane. But yeah, I need to talk to her.
Well, hopefully she's happier. We brought everyone home safe and sound, and the planes are all right. So what she can
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure she will be in that. Yeah, I think that.
Anyway, when she's ready to open that vodka, you call me, because it looks like it's good stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
So yeah, I think Masha is just sticking around in the mess tent to enjoy her breakfast.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go find Morova.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a little bit. Ira, what were you doing immediately after the debrief?
I think Ira's wondering where Hannah is. She was missing. I might.
So you're gonna go looking for Hannah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you see this. There's not many men on this at this base, but you see this man coming out of one of the offices, and a couple minutes later, Hannah's coming out too. So this is going right into what Hannah's doing right after her meeting, where she found out that two of her squad mates and her direct superior and someone pretty high up at the in the regiment are all on the NKV's shit list.
Hannah's planning to go to the hangar and sit down in the cursed plane. She needs to have a discussion with someone. But if Ira stops her, then
Yeah, I would approach you. Who is that?
NKVD Major Usilov.
You're right. You're a better navigator than me. I didn't think you'd let me fly humpback. Thank you.
Hannah is a bit startled, and she says, I might come over as a bitch, I know that. But I don't want you all to die. I put people in the plane that I think is the best for us. Not necessarily, the best for every individual, but as a squadron. And if you all hate me, that is totally okay. I don't give a shit.
Just keep bringing us all back. I'll walk away.
Okay, I think now is a great time to take a 5-minute bio break, and then we'll break into the more intense things that people were looking to do. So let's be back here at about 32 after.
I'm looking forward to this next scene.
Yeah.
It's going to be messy. I'm just wondering how long we can keep Masha in the dark. I had a thought there at the end of your scene with Ira Horst. Do you think Hannah was reaching out to Ira there by telling her in such stark terms that she didn't really care what she thought of her?
Yeah, I was actually thinking that Ira was reaching out to Hannah, to be honest, because she thanked her, and that is why Hannah was startled, because she normally doesn't get the affection from someone.
Mm-hmm. I am fine with you guys rolling reach out. In fact, usually if you guys call, hey, I think this is a reach out, I'll probably say yes. The reason why I bring up reach out is because it's one of those moves I'm like, this is a great move. We can't forget about it. So I sometimes like try to push it on you guys because it really does open up a lot of opportunities for awesome things to happen. So yes, if either or both of you want to roll reach out, I am fine with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what significant new truth.
You appreciate Hannah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. I rolled a 2.
Okay. So, were your efforts to reach out to Hannah ineffective, misunderstood, or understood all too clearly?
I mean, the way Hannah reacted, probably. I mean, it's completely appropriate to that role that Hannah would say, you know what? If you appreciate me, I don't give a shit. I want all to survive, but keep your personal emotions to yourself.
Yeah, so basically, you definitely got the message that it didn't matter that you appreciate Hannah. Hannah's still going to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Exactly.
Okay. So we had Hannah in the cursed plane. We had Dasha and Morova coming up. We weren't quite sure where Ira and Masha were going from here. I'd like to start with the cursed plane. I think that sounds like a really interesting scene.
Yeah, so I mean, Hannah is dead tired. She hasn't slept much. She went to the weird wake, got all the hatred from the women there. Had to, she before that she prepared her, Marxist defense for the NKVD. Then there was the bombing run. Then she was confronted by Major Usilov. So, and she once in a while has this weird voice in her head. So she just wants to come to terms with what is happening. So she sits down in the plane, and she's talking aloud to Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I have not abandoned you. I know that I treated you like a piece of shit, and I did tell Olga that you were weak. But why are you haunting me?
You said it. You never gave a shit about me in life. Maybe my death is... Maybe things can change now.
You're not special. I don't give a shit about anyone.
And look what happens as a result.
Now I have this list. Who should I pick?
It's a list. I mean, you don't give a shit about them.
I give a shit about the war. Everyone I pick comes back broken if they come back at all. Look at Valentina.
But each one's just a little, is just a tiny little name. Insignificant in the grand scheme of the whole war. So then why do they matter? If people don't, if you don't give a shit about anyone, you would have already been in Usilov's pocket. So what stopped you?
They're my comrades. We're fighting together.
But I thought they didn't matter.
I don't know, Sophia. Maybe they do.
I want to hear it. Tell me they matter. Tell me I matter.
When Olga asked me to say something about you, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to tell lies. I wanted to tell the truth, and I told the truth to the comrades. You matter, Sophia. Please leave me alone.
No. I'm not done fighting. I'm your Vadema. Fly with me. For them. Protect them so they don't die like I did.
I will take you with me, Sophia. We're flying the cursed plane.
Oh. We will spread that curse on all of our enemies.
Anna just sits there for a while. Maybe she falls asleep. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're pretty exhausted. You're probably spending the day sleeping in this plane.
I have a question. Was that reaching out?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Can you reach out to your move? Fuck it. Yes. Why not?
I mean, that was probably the most significant truth that Anna revealed to anyone ever.
If Hannah can write letters to herself, she can reach out to that corner of her psyche.
That is so true.
God. Actually, no, Hannah has reached out to herself before.
I know. So let's see. What does the move say? Yeah, plus nothing. It's an 8. Yeah, my instinct with Major Usilov was to obviously name Masha, but she didn't. So Can I change the regard? That is one of the options, I think,
Yeah, except
of a currently filled regard.
yeah, I think if you did that, it would have to make fictional sense. So I would let you change the regard to the cursed plane.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Yeah, that was what I'm thinking.
And then you get to choose the tone that you have with the curse plane, which is interesting. Yeah, you get so yeah, you get to if you want to change it to the curse plane, that totally sounds appropriate here. So Dasha, where do you find Morova after that argument?
So I think I go to kind of like a storage area and just sit there and wait, because I know sooner or later, in like, you know, kind of going over these planes, she's gonna need a part from there. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and wait.
Yeah, she eventually comes in and she is looking terrible.
Yeah. Nina. Hey.
Just not now. She tries to leave.
Wait. I get the feeling that some things are going on that I don't really know about, but that have something to do with me. And I wanted to just clear things up.
Why did you join this war?
It's a long story. I wanted to get away from home, and I had a friend who was in the 586th, and she and I had learned to fly together. We flew crop dusters, and she was always writing these letters back to, not just to me, to the papers in our hometown, and she made it sound so
as you go on
and noble, you know.
Morova is starting to cry more and more because, like, without you even getting into anything sad, she's just like,
right. I hug her and I'm just like, what's the matter? What's wrong?
She died, didn't she? You've been trying to join her.
No.
Too many goddamn times.
No, she did die. She died while I was in training, and I don't think it really sank in. Like, I knew she was dead and I was sad about it, but I never saw the body, and it just never anyway, I was in the infirmary last night, and or night before last. God, the schedule is fucking up my. Anyway, they brought Sophia's body in, and after I fell asleep, I saw her body again in a dream, I guess, and Sarah's face was it. Yeah, it was Sarah, and not Sophia, and I realized that That's what death, like, I don't know. It's, I don't want us to die. I don't want anyone to die. And I'm scared.
Roll reach out. Let's see how this goes.
Um, 10.
Okay, you get to choose 2.
Well, I'm going to add 1 to the mission pool. Do I even have any harm?
Looks like you have 1.
Okay. Change the target and or tone of a currently filled regard slot. No, I think I'm going to keep, I appreciate Ira. And yeah, I'm going to remove harm.
Okay. You're doing a lot better.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, thank God you came out of it. And she like comes in and just like hugs you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you turn it into a kiss?
I look around nervously, and then I do.
Is this a fade to black moment?
Yeah, it is.
Totally a fade to. Okay. Ira, it has been a long night. Fulfilling night. Your dog is excited to see you, but I bet you're freaking tired. What are you going to do after your mission?
So I've been thinking about that. Seeing as how poorly that roll went with Hannah, I think I still don't trust her. And I'm wondering if I couldn't get Arudina to set the she seems maybe she can be pushed into speaking up and setting the assignments for our next mission.
So you're going to go find Arudina.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She's back in the bunk, and it looks like she's trying to fall asleep and failing miserably.
Yeah. How to approach this? I'll just. I don't think I'm going to bring that up right away. I'll just strike up a conversation.
Do you like she's in bed? Do you try to like talk to her when she's in bed?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Ira, we should sleep. It's time to sleep.
You don't. Seems like you're having trouble.
No, it's time to sleep. So I'm going to sleep. See, I'm in bed. I'm in bed, right? It's time to sleep. It's just, you do what you're told. Do what you're told and everything's fine. Everything's fine.
you were very quiet at the what is it?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember the name of
The briefing or the debriefing?
I guess both. Yeah.
Yep.
The briefing and debriefing.
Speak when spoken to. That's it. Only speak when spoken to. That's what a good soldier does.
But you're still junior lieutenant.
Oh, not the squad commander. Only speak when spoken to.
It's your job to make assignments to give reports.
Nope, I'm too stupid to do that. Too stupid.
But you're junior lieutenant.
I should leave those things to those who know better.
Didn't the people who made you junior lieutenant know better?
I asked to be junior lieutenant. That was before I knew better. Before I knew what was at stake. Just remember, follow the orders. Just keep following the orders. Keep following the orders, and they won't hurt the ones you love.
Yeah. This is all very disturbing and not leading anywhere. Yeah, I think I was going to back away, frustrated.
Yeah, so Aruna is not doing so well. I don't know. What are you going to do about that?
Yeah, I think Ira would love to bully her into doing what she wants her to do, but I don't think she's mean enough. If she was a dog, she would threaten her and get her to do what she wants. But yeah, I don't think Ira has it in her to push her.
Okay, so let's go on to Masha then. Masha, what are you doing after the debrief, other than the conversation you had with Dasha?
Do we, as a section, have any requirements, things we need for the next mission?
So if there was something that a plane needed, you would oftentimes, go out and do that. But if it's just general maintenance, that's what Morova's team does.
Yeah. I think in terms of scrounging, we might be good at the moment. I can't think of anything.
Yeah,
I
let me
think
see
it
you
might
can.
be.
Let me see. You are down a plane in your section, so
Yeah, but that's a whole plane. There's not much I can do about that. Can I scrounge a whole plane?
let's find out. I'm going
Yeah,
to
I don't
say
think.
that it's possible, but even if you roll a 10, there will be consequences.
Yeah, I'm taking it from someone else who will definitely notice that it's gone. I was thinking, not that this is something Masha is looking for, but would a scene where my good friend Usalov notices me chowing down or drinking coffee, kind of looking out.
Actually, I'm going to say that you see that man you kicked in the balls going into a tent with what's his name or what's her name with Major Bershan Skava, the basically the person in charge of the regiment.
Okay, I'm not going to crash that party, but maybe I'll be waiting around for him as he
Or
comes out.
actually, let's say, yeah, you see him coming out of the tent with her.
So I will raise my tin cup to him as he glances over in my direction.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the fine piece of ass, takes out a cigarette, lights it up.
Comrade, I'm noticing his rank badges this time, am I?
Yes, it is the same as your regiment commanders.
Okay.
But you also see the pin of state security.
Okay. Well, comrade, much as it's improper for me to interpret regulations for a superior, when you call Soviet airwomen a piece of ass, you're acting like a fascist.
Blow smoke in your face. I'm sorry. That is a serious accusation. Are you claiming that that myself of the incorruptible NKVD would ever consider betraying Mother Russia?
Are you saying it is proper to call a Soviet airwoman a piece of ass, which might endanger her future missions?
I get to call you whatever the fuck I want to.
Well, I'll throw away the kind of the dregs of my coffee and then spit in the direction of the dregs. But he knows that should be going in his face.
Yes, so totally act up like a hooligan here.
Okay. That is a 10.
Nice. Choose 2.
I get the move. Acting up. So I will add 1 to the mission pool, and I will ensure that there are no consequences for acting up. He's not going to stop calling us pieces of ass.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
So no consequences is a little bit of an odd situation here because obviously there's going to be consequences from his end, but definitely there's you're going to be able to dodge the normal the normal consequences. He
actually, here's my throwaway line. If I can, when you disrespect me, you're disrespecting my uniform.
Yeah, so he is reaching back to smack you, and Major Bershan Skaya just glares at him from over your shoulder, and he just lowers his hand slowly. Until next time,
Major.
Air woman.
I like my stripes. And I'll walk away in finest parade fashion.
Yeah. So the major actually walks up to you, pulls you by the ear into her tent. Like, yes, she is basically just treated you like a misbehaving child.
Major?
I'm going to... No, let's do the scene. What the hell was that?
Major, he called me a fine piece of ass, and I object to him sullying my uniform.
And in an ideal world, you should.
Are we not striving for an ideal world, a Soviet paradise, where all men and women are equal?
So tell me, do you believe that line, or are you just a smart ass?
Is that her question, or is that just...
No, that's her question.
Okay. Option B, sir.
Good. I like you. She pulls out 2 glasses, pours some vodka. Look, we're having some problems with the major. And honestly, he's an ass. Complete and total. I'm pretty sure he wants us shut down.
Well, if we are successful with our missions in the future as we were earlier today, that will be impossible for him.
Yes. At least for the time being. In any case, I don't disagree with your actions, but I will ask, for the good of the regiment, please just keep your distance from him.
I'll try.
Oh, and by the way, the next time you kick someone in the balls, please don't make it someone from state security. And no, don't ask how I found out about that.
In my defense, he was wearing a shitty overcoat that covered his rank and his NKVD tabs.
Yeah, the bastard does undercover work.
Next time I'll kick harder.
Correction, the next time you kick an asshole in the balls, make sure he's never getting up again. Pours you another. So who is actually getting some sleep tonight?
Arguably, Hana and the plane.
Dasha, are you and Morova getting some sleep afterwards?
Yeah, eventually.
When you wake up in the storeroom, you find Morova's gone,
Mhm.
which isn't surprising because she's
Right,
on the schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, I get up and like kind of look around. I'm like, oh, okay, and then I just like go walk back to the barracks. Never mind. Yeah, so that's all I do.
Ira, were you getting any sleep, or was there something else you wanted to do during the day?
Well, I think I've realized what I want to do is I want to try to eyeball Arudina.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a 5. Yeah, I think just a straight 5.
Uh,
Well, yeah, there's no way I have a. Yeah.
yeah, she is completely shitballs insane, and if you're not careful, she'll take you down with her.
Yeah, I'm just going to avoid her, I guess, because I don't think I can do anything for her.
So I'm actually feeling like this might be a stopping point, but what do you guys think? Should we call it a session, or is there other things we think that are room to do before we the next session?
There's actually one thing I want to do.
Absolutely.
So the NKVD, when they like raided the barracks, they dropped a letter to Valentina.
Mm-hmm.
I never read it. I don't know if anyone else read it, but I hid it.
Yes.
I'm gonna take it out of where I hid it, and when Valentina's asleep, I'm gonna just fold it up and like put it like under her hand.
Yeah, she wakes up. She is a super light sleeper at this point.
Right. And yeah, I don't say anything. Just like
wait, what?
go back to bed.
She no, this is bad. This is bad. She's like ripping it up. Like
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the pieces, so because that anything that gets that sort of reaction can't just be flying around where anyone can see it.
yeah, she's ripping it up like right in her bed, so it's like all like confetti all over her covers.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like not, I don't know, like, and I pick up as many as I can, and I find a candle, and I take it outside and I burn it.
Okay. Anything else, or does this feel like the end of the session? Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast, and then we can go ahead and debrief.